Good morning, traders. This is Trevor. It's July 5th, Friday, just before the open. It's about 20 minutes until the open. We had the non-farm payroll report this morning. As you can see here, came in really hot. Came in good. And so this is like a double-edged sword, right? So the economy is doing well. Jobs are being created. People are working. Average hourly earnings were up, which is a good thing. That's been something we've not had for many years, and we've started to see it pick up. Anyway, that's all a great story. But when it comes to markets, let's get this out of the way. This is a daily chart of the S&P 500. You can, well, if I pull this back up, sorry. You can see markets are down about 13 handles on the S&P right now, puts us around 2987. So if we flip back to the chart here, we had a really strong day Wednesday. The thing just ground higher and higher and higher. The SPY calls I had really performed well. Actually, we were able to close those and just keep a runner. But you see, we came to 29.95. We stopped. The S&P will get above 3,000. I feel pretty confident in it. You don't go to 29.95 and not breach a big round number like 3,000. I don't know that that's going to happen today, being that we're already down 13, 14 handles. So let's look at what we might expect. So we can see we're trading way above the 5-day moving averages, which is one of my favorites, the 5-day and the 10-day, right? So the 5-day is sitting at 29.60. We closed at 29.95. The 10-day is just below it at 29.50 roughly. You can see we've got a little gap here. It's a little baby gap, but it is a gap around 29, what is this, 29.73 we'll call it. And then there's a little larger gap down here on 29.40. What I would really like to see, and what would be really constructive, is to see price pull back down, fill both of these gaps. You'll have some nice support here around this 29.50, 29.40 area, and it would set up a move higher into earnings season, which is the next big bogey around the corner. That is what I expect. That being said, today, Friday, is going to be kind of a weird day. The volume is going to be super low. The action is probably going to be in the first hour and a half of trading, and then it's going to go very quiet. Now, very quiet can mean a trending market in one direction. So, we could just continue to gradually drip lower all day, or we could turn around and then gradually float higher, which is kind of what happened Wednesday. I'm expecting it to be fairly range bound, and by that I mean we're not going to take out the high of 29.95 today, and I just don't see us dropping below this really strong support here of 29.50. That'd be 35 points below where we are today, or our pre-open. So that being said, I'm probably going to be looking at some put spreads this morning for same-day expirations, so a zero DTE spread. One of the things I'd like to do, and I don't know, I might have missed the move already, but we'll see how the day plays out. But the longer we stay up here, I'd like to start building a little longer term, and by longer term, I mean maybe a week. Longer term position on some SPY puts. Again, expecting some of this pullback down into this area. So that's what I'm looking at. Let's look at the futures overnight just to get some perspective here. I'll put a 5-day, a 15-minute chart on. Let me pull it up. So here is, what are we looking at here? This is yesterday. So here's this morning. You see, and we've just drip. Here's the non-farm payroll, and we just came down. But we've got some good support here around 29.80. If I pull that back, it's kind of hard to see, but you can see longer term we've got some areas of resistance which will now be support right at 29.80, 29.81. So this may be around the lows of the day. So maybe some short-term put spread today, and I do like that. Possibly an iron fly. Again, I don't know, because days like this, again, we can trend in one direction or the other, and that can eat up a fly. And most of the volume is going to get sucked out in the first, again, hour and a half. And I know everybody wants to think that's theta, and it's not. It's a collapse in volatility, which I see these guys on Facebook talking about theta, and they run services, and I'm like, you guys are killing me. Okay, all right, you guys have a great day. I'll see you at the open.